Welcome to Black Love Matters, where this serves as a therapy session for figuring out adulthood,
loving each other,
and find our inner Barack and Michelle.
Or Jay-Z and Beyonce. Or this episode, we're going to go with Taj and, what this man name? Eddie? Dang, how did I messed it up that quick? Eddie. Yeah, there it is. So y'all know who Taj is. You know who Taj is, Nero?
T and Tamara brother.
Oh, Jesus. You're a millennial.
No.
SWV.
Oh.
Sister with Voice is Taj.
Oh.
Come on. And her husband, Eddie George, which is a retired football player. I think this past summer they were celebrating 13 years of marriage. One of the quotes they had on Instagram from Eddie was, "It took us 3 tries to get back on track. 5 years of dating, 4 years long distance, 1 year in the same city, 1 year of engagement to reach their wedding day. Happy, lucky 13th anniversary to my love." That's what they shared on their Instagram. I forgot about them.
Yeah, I did too.
And I'm trying to find like our different folks, to give shout outs to, and I seen that. And actually I seen them on the Black Love Doc Instagram page. And I was like, they are together. And they've been together for a minute. Shout out to them, sister, with the 90s crew. The singers from the 90s, they really ain't staying married. A lot of them broke up, honey. I think of the iconic, I ain't gonna say no names, the iconic couples that came from the 90s. You were like, ooh, that ain't working no more. All gone.
All set.
Anyway, who is you?
I'm Neil.
And I'm Nyambi.
And this is episode 130.
130, y'all.
Be sure to leave a 5-star. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-star. 5-star.
Okay,
rating and review.
It's not Friday, Nero.
On Apple Podcasts and on Stitcher. And be sure to follow us on all forms of social media at Black Love Matters. That's Black with no K.
Black with no K.
What's up? What you got going on?
I'll start with the bot store because that's the only thing I've been freaking doing, right? Had one off day. Between the 2 weeks of my last day, they gave me one off day. And I was, Monday. Another ice storm hit New England.
It's like April is fooling.
Winter is like, oh, I'm not done, sis. I'm coming back for an encore like Jay-Z. And everyone's over her. Yes. To the point where I didn't even know it was supposed to be bad weather. I wasn't even dressed for the winter storm. I kept on these cute little, what would you describe them? Tip-tapper shoes. Yep. They was cute, weren't they?
I told you put on some rain boots.
They were like pointed, like little pointed slip-on van-looking things. On the weekend, I had a cute pair of little fitted jeans. Like I didn't have my traditional work pants I wear. I had a little cute pair of fitted jeans, a little sweat. I went in with my little wool jacket because I went straight from, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Running some errands. I'm looking cute.
Yep.
By 8 p.m., it was hell outside. Like it was just icy, and people were coming, and it was like, we're sliding everywhere. And the thing about it was, I closed this weekend, as y'all know, right? So what was this, on Sunday?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was Sunday. And I knew this close was weird because I kept looking around, and everybody around was so ethnic. Like the whole store was Black and Latino.
Okay.
All the workers. And it says a lot for the city that I'm in. I said, everybody, did they put all the blacks and the Latinos onto them?
In white ass New England.
And then I went to the store manager, or like the assistant store manager, I guess that's what you would call it, who's in charge of like closing the store. So it's a store manager, and then the rank comes to me, right? And he a Latino guy. It ain't big fella. It's the other Latino guy that's giving you, I'll say Dominicano. No, like a light, maybe he's not, but I would say maybe a light-skinned Puerto Rican.
Okay.
So he could pass. Right, depending on if he get a lineup, he can go as Dominican. If he don't get a lineup, he grow his hair out. He can like a white boy, a tan white boy. Gotcha. So I'm giving him that, right?
Makes sense.
But he speaks the language. So we're looking at each other and we calling our little closing meeting. We looking around like, oh, the Black and the Latinos. Like, did they just write the schedule and like put all the Blacks and Latinos on and put Nyambi and old boy? We'll call him Pedro. And we'll let them run their own. Look, what'd you say, Nero? The patients run to the asylum and let them handle it. Because no other, and usually on the weekend, we have multiple like team leaders, right? Because me and Pedro look around, was like, it's just us two? Ain't nobody else working? The damn ass store manager on vacation, like no one to be found. And when I tell you it probably was at full moon. It was like Friday the 13th up in there on Sunday. On what, the 5th? It was Friday the 13th on the 15th. The store was crazy. So we got this crazy ice storm. We're packed. White privilege is rampant. They're saying it's ice. Can I have someone walk me to my car? We only have so many car attendants, and you know how they are. We can't do nothing for you. it's icy outside. Hey, Pedro, where the salt at? Because we have a little room up front where we keep all our winter supplies. Pedro said, Nyambi, we put that shit up. Nigga, why?
Because they said it was spring.
So I was like, well, where is up at, Pedro? He said in the back.
In the back somewhere. I don't know.
I was like, well, I said, he's like,
up top.
then he was like, can we just let it go? I said, Pedro, niggas is ice skating. They're literally ice skating from the front of the store to their car. No. We got to put some shit down, or you need to go get a ice pick and break this shit up. Oh. Like, niggas was sliding out the store to the point where, like, as soon as they walked out, you can hear them, ooh, you know how when you lose.
They were like, oh, shit.
Like, that's all you could hear. So he was like, all right, let's go to the back and look for it. We find it. Near him, you're right. It's in the very back corner, top right of the store. I don't know how to work a forklift. Pedro barely know how to work a forklift. So he's back playing back and forth on it. Here come Nyambis. Hey, Pedro, you hear that sound? He said, what, Nyambis? I said, you hear that? He said, oh, it's probably just the hail on the ceiling. I said, no, that sound pretty, what's it called? When it what's it called? 3D sound?
Yeah.
What's it called?
Adobe surround sound?
Yeah, it sounds pretty surround sound to me for that to be order. And I know he was looking at me like, damn, black bitch, what? I said, it's something going on here, Pedro. I said, something's leaking or dripping. He was like, it's probably like a case of bottled water or something, because that'd happen if we puncture it. Mm-hmm. I said, well, I'm going to go check it out. He said, all right. I went down there. I said, Pedro. I said, it's a big ass flood in here. He was like, what? I said, there's the Nile River. It's the Mississippi River is running through the store.
What did he say?
He said, what we supposed to do? I said, you the store manager.
Nigga, you the manager.
I said, go look in the book. So now he was like, then he was about to leave. I said, wait, we need the salt. I said, get the salt first. He's like, but the flood. I said, the flood been going for a while. Let's at least get the salt. So we got the salt. It's like 50-pound bags. So we trying to both put it in the cart, wheel it up front. I'm like, where's the salt shaker? Where is everything? Everyone was like, I said, give me a cup. Because they looking for the little thing you put. We don't have time for that. Uh-huh. People are slipping and sliding. They're slipping and sliding all the way to Boston. I said, give me a cup. What are you going to do with the cup? I said, we're going to throw this salt out. Everyone get a cup. This is some shit they never seen. For the one or two white people, they're like, what are they doing? Mm-hmm. But the Latinos and the blacks, what?
They know what to do.
You know how you spin it? You like spin it like.
Yep.
And then Pedro come back to me and be like, Nyambi, the water company said they can come out, but they got to shut out the water to the whole store. I said, you can't shut off water to the store. I said, I'm sure that's against so many OSHA violations. We have to have running water in the store. He was like, what you mean? I was like, we have to have drinking water and we have to be able to flush the toilets. You cannot just shut the water off.
Right.
This him. What we do.
Nigga, you the manager.
I said, we got a couple options. I said, you can either make the executive decision or you can call our store manager. What I'm saying is you might need to see how quick this water coming in, because we only got an hour or two for close, and put it in a bucket, or however we going to do this. And then when the store closed, shut the water off. Or you close the store. Mm-hmm. But if I know the store like I know, they want to make money. And they going to tell your ass to get buckets.
Right.
What do you do? Get buckets.
Y'all arrest the Christians some buckets?
Buckets. Big trash can buckets. And I was like, and you got to you got to come back every, we only got about an hour and a half till we close. So you have to come back every 20 minutes to make sure it ain't overflowing. Mm-hmm. And toss it out the back door. It was just such a night. And then when we closing, because we working with the blacks and the Latinx, we going to call them Latinx. As a courtesy, I always go over to Walkie and say, last call, especially on like weekends, last call for any team members or anybody working that needs to ring out. Usually we get chips, bread, eggs, maybe if something was on sale, right? Mm-hmm. So like maybe if some outfits or some technology or some good sale, good clearance, we get folks who will run and get something, right? What the blacks and the Latinx do, them went thick ass grocery shopping. And we ringing out folks like we're really...
Like they shopping for real?
Yes. And then Pedro comes like, Nyams, come on, you ready to go to cash off? I said, your people are buying corn chips and black beans. And mines are buying watermelon. Like, it was just like everyone was trying us that night. What was that, Nero? Did the store try us? Did HR try us? I've never seen my store this ethnic.
Yes.
And ran by these ethnic people.
They doing
And
that.
to the point where old Pedro broke because he usually don't code switch.
Mm-hmm.
He got to the point where he just got to walk in and start talking to Spanish. He was like, "Como se dice?" I said, "Oh shit, who's he cussing out?" I ain't never heard him talk Spanish. So I wanted to get on like, "Hey, Wakanda!" Like I just wanted to start doing some black things on the wall. Hey, come on.
What kind of ever niggas?
That's what. Like I just wanted to get on talking some Ebonics to him or some what's it called Swahili.
Mm-hmm.
Wait in the Whole Food.
Yeah. You afraid?
To the point we had to, because I guess he was like calling his people who were like in the grocery section,
Uh-huh.
and they weren't listening.
You said bring your ass on.
And he had to break out in that Espanol.
He started cussing their
Like,
ass
hey,
on.
I interpreted this. Hey, motherfucker, don't you hear me calling your ass?
Bring your ass on.
God damn. You don't do that to the white manager. Blanco. Like to the point where I was like, you all right?
No.
What?
Shit. These motherfuckers working my last nerve.
It was like just one of them nights where it was just like, what is happening? And why is everybody disrespecting us? Mm-hmm. It was just like one thing after another. That just between that flood, that ice, and then driving home, it was crazy. Like I loved it and I hated it at the same time. Because I feel like everybody completely quit the code switching. Like it looks like all the black and the Latinx folk, everybody just, you know how you just pull your hair out and shake it? Mm-hmm. That's how everybody was on. Everybody was comfortable as hell.
It's like, oh, we got the two.
Everybody was super comfortable. What do you mean we got the two? What do you think they were saying when they seen us two?
We got the two niggas here. We got the nigga, and we got the Spanish nigga. And we chilling today.
But I told you, he got on that walkie-talkie talking Spanish quick. And it wasn't like Spanish for clarification. Like, you know, I know we have some team members who their first language is Spanish. Like, they just got here a few years ago,
you saying this shit
right?
mad aggressive.
Yeah, he's saying this so the whites don't understand what he's saying. It wasn't for understanding. It wasn't for clarity. It was for you got me fucked up.
Look. Hey, look. Y'all motherfuckers got me fucked up. Y'all need to bring y'all asses on. Nah. Because I'm trying to go to fuck home.
Because I feel like me and Pedro was the only one who had to go home. Everybody else was chilling in the store. Chilling. I mean, don't mind you. The store looked well. Like, we got our shit done, right? So outside looking in, whoever came in the morning was like, they killed that shit. But to get to that point was like herding cats.
Y'all like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, like y'all know what y'all supposed to do. When I mean last call, I mean bring some Cheetos up. Not all your, our people. Everybody got EBT Snap. Nana forgetting her password. Oh, what's my password?
Your birthday.
This is and this them put 4323 on the Snap. I said, God damn it, we don't have time for this. Oh, I don't overspent. Take that back. Well, who gonna do the reshop? We closed.
Nigga, you.
Now they act like they for real paid customers. Wait.
Right. You work here.
You should have came here on your break. So that was Sunday. And then when I went in this week, y'all know my elderlies. We're going to have to look. I think we call her Cheryl. I think that's what I call her on here. Cheryl. You know, this the one, not the card attendant, but this the old cashier that I told you got dementia who just walk away, who just leave work when she's done.
Yep.
We thought she did it again today. And I was pissed too, because today I was feeling good. Well, yesterday I was feeling good. And she asked me like she always do, can I be on lane 9? And I'm like, no, bring your ass to 4 next to me. But I was feeling what?
You was feeling good.
Feeling godly. In my all white. And I said, you know what? I only got 4 days left.
Sure, go to lane now.
Go ahead, no problem. You could tell she was almost waiting for me to be like, nah. I let her go to lane 9. What the fuck she do?
What'd she do?
This a fucking Pierce. And it was like, I felt like this is how parents feel when their kids go missing. I literally looked away for 2 minutes. Because I seen the line. I said, why the line so damn long? Because we got some of our high school students working in the morning because they're on spring break. Mm-hmm. So the line was long, but you know, high school students faster. So they I ain't noticed it as soon as I would have with the old crew, right?
Right.
So I was like, dang, my little high school student, we'll call Jack. I said, Jackie working. Like, you could tell she wasn't even looking up. Like,
she was just killing the game.
Then I looked around. I said, why the light off? And I went to, we'll call her Jackie. I said, where's Cheryl at? She said, I said, Jackie, you got to keep an eye on her. her. She's like, yeah, she just be walking away. So I said, okay. So I just go to the back, where we leave. Because we got our HR person. I said, did so-and-so come back here? And he was like, no. And people overheard me asking. They was like, she missing again. I said, not as of yet. We're looking. Mind you, I went to the bathroom. The bathroom's closed because it needs to be clean. So I yelled in, hey,
Hello?
Cheryl. Is that loud? Y'all hear my voice? Cheryl. That's what I heard. Cheryl. Cheryl. Like Lazarus. No. Okay. So I go back, and to the point where I had to call security and be like, review the footage. And then security called me. They was like, check the bathroom. I said, oh, I just called in there. They was like, we got footage of her going in there. I'm like, oh, Lord, this woman don't pass now.
You see them pass in the
She done
bathroom?
died. She done went to the Savior. Oh, I'm mentally preparing myself to go see a body on the floor. Because I didn't go in. I just called because it's closed. No one should be in. It literally says closed. You have to move shit out the way and then put it back for it to look, because we block it.
That's what the colonizers do.
We just don't put a sign on it, right? We block it. Like, you physically got to move some shit to get there. I said, okay, but and then, might be like, no, they're like, we rewinded the footage and we see her. I was like, well, all right, let me go see. Lord, I'm preparing myself. I said, Jesus, she went to the Savior. Let me say a little prayer while I'm going there. Look, I'm a priest. Let me say her last rites.
Oh.
Jesus, I don't want to find no dead body. And I had a heart to tell, hey, people, well, come look.
Y'all come look.
I went in there. I see somebody standing up. I said, Cheryl. Still nothing. I literally had to go to the door. Cheryl, are you in there? Oh, yes. Ma'am.
She chilling.
Ma'am. Oh, I'm okay. I just got a little lighthead. I got a little, my tummy. I said, okay, Cheryl, just let us know when you leave. Like, I got worried about you. Okay, Nyambi. Fine. I come back then we going throughout the day. Mind you, she only worked 4 hours. Why is this so much? Coming back from my lunch. She look at me. I look at her. I smile. And she said, uh-oh.
What that mean?
She projectile vomited all over the lane.
So she said, uh-oh first, and then it came out?
Yep.
Yikes.
I said, I almost walked out. I said, oh, I don't know what to
I don't work
I
anymore.
said the trash. Cheryl, trash. We have all types of bins, trash, and bats around us. But you pursue to go full on exorcist at the front line.
She said she wasn't feeling good.
Why'd you take your ass home? I was done. This means manager on duty, cart attendant, clean up. I'm not cleaning up. I have a weak stomach. I can't do that. I could. And then I think I need to go home. Then this her trying to clean it up. I said, just leave. Just go home. Just go home. When do you get to the age when you be like, you got to know? Well, maybe you get to the age where you can't control it no more. But I'm at an age.
Uh-oh first.
She said, uh-oh, because you smile. Well, y'all can't see us. Look, I'm looking at you. Hey. No, look at me. Say hi to me. Look.
Hi.
Uh-oh.
What
shit. The fuck?
Yikes.
What? So I wanted to be like, so Cheryl, you was in the bathroom with the shits or the runs. Why didn't you tell us you need to go home then?
Because y'all kept calling me. I'm trying to push it out. You kept calling me.
And so we had to bring the cart attendant in the store manager. I got out of that. I don't want to clean up no money.
Nyambi started.
And this
like
me,
she got
I'll
busy.
requisition some disinfectant spray. I disinfected spray that whole store.
Nyambi walking around.
I followed it to the back room. What the fuck is that?
I don't know. That's crazy.
Do you get a certain age though? Can't you not control it, but it shouldn't be like it was like a baby. You know how babies when you just lift them up and they mouth just. I was like, what the fuck? I swear, I'm sure I swore. I was like, what the fuck? So that was my bot store events. I'm going out with a bang, ain't I?
Mm-hmm.
What is it? Then what you would have did?
I went through it.
You. What's that Family Guy episode when it's like Peter and one of the kids throwing up? Was it like Stewie?
Yeah.
And Stewie threw up.
Yeah.
And then Peter threw up. And then so Stewie, like they kept throwing up on each other.
Yeah, that would have been me. We just been going back and forth. Both our asses just been throwing up.
Oh my God. And meanwhile, bot store guests, what lane's open? Give us a minute.
The one that ain't got throw up on it, ho.
Give us a minute to gather ourselves. Go find the light like Jesus. See where the light's on at. Go to self-checkout. You don't like self-checkout. You going today?
Don't you see all this throw up, huh?
Oh my God. It was a lot.
That sounds crazy, man.
And the thing, if it happened in isolation, I should have been, see, that's how you know I wasn't in the moment. So in that, the old Nayan being in that bathroom would have been like, well, are you okay? Like, I like to think people grown. Like, if you need something from me, or if Nayan goes somewhere and I got the poops, if I got the shits, I'm grown enough to be like, I'm having a stomach bug right now and I need to go. If I don't tell you I got the shits. Because I just don't have time for like, do you know, like,
right.
Isn't that just a passage of being grown to be like, oh, I can't be in a public area right now. I have to be in the privacy of my own home with some Imodium.
I have to boo-boo.
And so I'm assuming she had the stomach flu. It coming both ways. Mm-hmm. And meanwhile, she only worked 4 hours, 8 to noon. We couldn't even get to noon.
Nope. Okay, get the shit out of us now.
And then she got her husband old honorary. She don't got no phone. So then I got to go back to HR and be like, call Janet husband. And I said, Janet, can you call, what's the number? And she's looking at me. I said, I almost said the name. I said, HR, can you go on her personnel file and find her home? Call her husband. Then the husband talking about, I'll pick her up at no.
No, you pick her up ass now.
Like, I felt like a daycare center. No, you come. Like, the parents be like, child, I get off in 2 hours. Right. That's what. No, you come pick. Now I know what the daycare people be like.
Pick her ass up now.
Pick they sick ass up now. That's what the daycare people must be like. Come get your shitty ass kid.
What the fuck wrong with you?
You with your feverish ass kid. Come get their ass now. Because it's true. Right? Because I'm just thinking of like Contagion.
Right.
Remember the source one started at that pig?
Yep.
She was patient 0. Got a whole store about to be sick. She patient 0.
She patient 0?
Yes. So I'm trying to get her out. If I could, I would have sat her outside in the fresh air. And they just give her a bucket. Come on, you take that with you. So that's the bot store. The other thing I got to talk about was actually church service. And I think the pastor said a word. And he was talking about as you're kind of coming into your destiny and your purpose, how the enemy will come with distractions. Mm-hmm. And how the enemy will come with so many distractions in hopes of tiring you out so you can't focus on your purpose. Does that make sense? Like when he said that, I said, that is a word. So the enemy going to start all these little fires, little sparks.
Yep.
So you running around trying to spray it down. And either when you're done, you're like, well, Lord, let me sit down. And the Lord, like, but I set this for you to do. Why haven't you done it? And I felt the pastor, you over here, you running, you think you running for the Lord, but you're not running for the Lord. You doing these satanic errands. That ain't for the Lord. Do you know what I'm saying? Just thinking about that. Because in the Bible, it said, the Lord don't reward you for stuff you're doing for the devil. So you think you don't put up this big fight for, you know what I'm saying?
Right. You thought you didn't fight for your life?
The Lord, you ain't even start no work yet.
You ain't did shit I asked you to do.
You ain't did nothing I've asked you to do, but you did everything Satan has asked you to do. So really that hit home to me because as y'all know, I got this opportunity on the West Coast. I'm trying to finish out with the bot store, trying to sell this house, going through the stuff I'm going through. Like it's all coming at once to the point where it's like, where do I focus my attention to? And I've been going back to where did God set his intentions? The God set his intentions on, I believe, me transitioning to this job and selling this house. So I'm getting where I don't do the other shit until I knock off at least 2-3 things off the other list. So once I do the other stuff, then I'll go and worry about that. And it used to be the opposite, right? And I'm noticing that even if I put it off, and when I put it off, I'm not putting it off for weeks or anything, but it might be a day, a few hours later than I want to. Ain't shit happening different, right?
Nope.
But some of the other stuff is more time constrained. So I just encourage y'all to think about that. So, knowing the difference between working on your purpose and like these distractions that feel urgent but aren't important.
Yeah,
so
speak that word.
Yeah, it's that idea of, this is so urgent, but is it important? Because if it ain't important, who cares? Right. It's just urgent. Urgent for who?
Not us.
Right? You got to go focus on those things that are important and urgent and the combination of it and not just urgent. You speak to that, Neil. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, you always got it's like that quadrant, that box where you got one side is like urgent and then so horizontal, you got like urgent And then vertical, you got like important, and it comes up in for four squares.
Yeah.
And then you can be like, all right, this is urgent but non-important. This is urgent and important, things of that sort. And then you can figure out where you need to be.
Yeah. So I think that works, though. I think the enemy does that. And Nero spoke a word to me, too, to say, as you're walking closer and closer in your purpose, the enemy going to throw all the stops out. Because the enemy like, oh, you think you out the grips? Let me go fuck some shit up.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go disturb it. Let me go distract it. So I'm really trying to be, I've been doing a lot, as Nero know, how often I be praying, Nero? I just bust out in prayer in mid walking. I'll just be laying in my bed. Like, I used to like make it a whole, like a ritual thing. Like, getting on my knee. I don't even do that no more. I just close my eyes. I'm like, I just put my head down. To the point where I be saying prayers just as I'm walking.
No, I be talking to herself, and I be like, what the heck? What you say? Nothing, I'm just praying. Oh.
I know I've done it at work now. People are like, huh? I'm like, I'm sorry. I was like, I process out loud. That's what I said. Mm-hmm. I'm turned into the cart attendant. Maybe he praying. Come on. That's what kept him at this job for so long. Because only the grace of God ain't get him fired. And that's one thing. I done came to the conclusion. I said, oh, this is godly. Because I don't know why some of these people still working here. But God. That's who came through here, the Lord. So just thinking of that and really trying to be positive and, I'm trying to be happy in this space, Nero, right? This is an amazing opportunity. But
absolutely.
It's so much shit going on that I'm like, whoa, niggas. We're going to have a whole episode on all the lawyers you need in your life because I have a lot.
So many.
For everything. Like from closing on the house, like everything. I have so many lawyers. I have so many lawyers on my payroll. Is this what Beyonce feels like?
It has to be.
Only thing I need to get an accountant now, honey. Mm-hmm. Well, hopefully after the lawyers do their job, I will need one.
Hey, we need an accountant and a financial plan. What you talking about?
Come on, Jesus. Bless me. Lastly, Earn gonna be on SNL.
What?
Earn. See, that's what they're saying. Here we doing again. It says Donald Glover is the host and Childish Gambino is the musical performer. I said, okay, Kanye. Okay. This me. Isn't it the same?
No.
What? Oh, okay. No, I'm sorry.
It's not the same.
How is it not the same?
It's just like Nero and my other personalities.
When it's just like Nyambi and fucking Nyambis.
Well, you only got one personality.
I do.
But I got Nero. I got DJ Nero.
Oh, DJ Nero. You got the DJ.
I got Nero.
You got your fitness. But your fitness is actually pretty close to Nero. I would say your fitness just don't swear as much as Nero. But y'all pretty... Nero, you're not that different.
I got Nero and running. What else I got?
Nero, I don't think you're that different. How do you think you're different?
It's different.
I think
different people.
Nero, I think you swear less when you're working out, and that's just probably because you got to hold that energy in to get through the workout. Come on, can we speak to it, folks who work out? Right? I think everybody go to a different place when they working out. But you think you're really different?
Yeah.
Really? Like I think you talk Black pride and who you are and being proud of that in your workout area.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think you're kind of the same. And now me. That's what I said. I'm a problematic fave.
Yeah. I agree.
Everybody don't like me.
Nope.
And that's fine. I don't like that. Come on, what's your check in there? That's the reason I'm problem.
This check-in has been brought to you by the Black Love Matters merch.
Nero still ain't let me do what I want to do yet. See, Nero is funny. You crafty.
You ain't.
You're being a crafty colonizer. Nero is being a colonizer.
How?
Because I keep going with my ideas. And
you
Nero,
ain't giving to me
and Nero
yet.
keep Ike Turnering me.
You ain't giving to me.
Is you a crafty colonizer or a nifty nigga?
Both.
I said, oh, Nero, this would be a good idea. Nero, I said, oh.
Because when I say, well, when we going to sit down and do it.
So now we're going to do some real nigga type stuff, and I'm going to come out with my own line.
Oh, you going to come out with your own store? Your own store.
The Black Love Matter gonna be like, what is these niggas doing?
House divided in this bitch.
Nah, I ain't gonna do that to you.
I keep asking you.
I have the ideas, but Nerium's like, put them on paper. I was like, oh, I can't. I don't have no more bandwidth to do anything.
Right.
I can't do that till I get out to Cali.
Well, how am I supposed to have the idea then?
I'm telling you, like, this is how I imagine how Beyonce tell her people, and it just happens.
Well, this is a co-team. Beyonce just don't tell Jay-Z, Jay.
Why not?
I believe. Well, look, when I'm gonna do the Black National Anthem, and then I'm gonna do a step show, and Jay-Z be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna make it happen. No, you got people for that. We on the same level.
I know.
Shit, even though I might be Jay-Z in this relationship, we still the same
What the hell
level.
is that supposed to mean?
Shit.
Y'all don't stop doing Jay-Z wrong. I know I talked about his hairline, but Jay-Z is a legend in his own right.
He is. Just
y'all
like
niggas-
Niram is.
And
He's a legend in his own right, too.
y'all keep doing Jay-Z wrong like he's playing second fiddle to this On the Run tour. And now y'all gonna have to make me go. Y'all gonna make me go there and be a Jay-Z stan. I'm gonna be the only person who buying Jay-Z merchandise. Do he got 99 Problem shirt? I'm gonna buy, but I do want that Baychella. I hope that come out. I'm gonna pay that $50 for that.
Shit, I'm about to just take a picture and make it for myself, and then
Please don't
reach
get
out
sued
to
by Beyonce.
my shirt designer
Please don't get sued by
and just put it on there and make one for myself, and maybe make one for you,
Please don't get sued by
and get that beta delta kappa.
The thing is, I'll pay the $50, Beyonce. Just put it on the damn website. But when we go to On the Run, I think I am going to support Jay-Z because people have been coming hard on him. I think I'm going to buy a 99 Problem shirt.
Actually, let me see if I can find the logo online.
Come on, Nira. What are you doing? We doing a podcast. Why you just stop?
Oh, because I was trying to find this logo if I can get me a Baychella
It's your
shirt.
check-in.
Oh, it's my check-in? Oh, okay.
That's all I got. Earn.
Oh, Iron on SNL?
Yeah, and I'm trying to watch it. You know, I can't be staying up late.
I know, baby.
Well, actually, a group of our friends, we doing something real fun this weekend, and I can't wait. We're going to have a good check.
It's going to be nice and niggerish.
We think we're going to have a very special episode for y'all next week sometime with some of our favorite people. So. I don't want to put it out there yet because no telling what's going to happen after we drink some lobsteritas. So you already know where we're going.
It was going to be nice and niggerish. So, like I was saying, y'all like that merch, huh? I'm getting people reaching out.
When ours coming in.
Did you order it?
Yes.
When you order it?
Come on here. Come on.
Did you order some?
Yes, I ordered it.
Did you order my size?
Yes, of course.
Oh, I hope so, because I missed the cutoff. I missed my own sale.
Nero got mad. He said, I got to pay the full price. I said, nigga, we have to buy our own stuff to make sure it's decent.
I missed my own sale. Damn. But the reason I missed my own sale is because I was out at the Boston Marathon, y'all. So my homegirl, MV, came through. And she's a bomb-ass runner. Amazing person. And she, so there's only 3 ways you can get to the Boston Marathon. You can either run for charity and raise like a minimum of $5,000 or more. Yeah. You can run fast as hell and get like a Boston qualifier. And they call it like a BQ. So you have to run like super fast. And you also got to run another marathon to show that you did that. Or you can get invited as like a celebrity athlete type person and things of that sort. So she got invited as a celebrity athlete from one of the sponsors. So this is the one that I was helping out with her book signing. So the Boston Marathon this year was a shit show.
I don't even know how y'all went down there. That's why I was just trying to be positive.
So the night before, it was sleeting and hailing. So my homegirl Toya came through from NYC, and so I had to go pick her up from Boston, and we almost died. Like literally almost died. So I called Toya and said, I'm on my way. And she said, yeah, we in the town that we stay in. So I'm driving on the freeway, and I was like, oh, I think I see your bus. So it's like, is that your bus? Like, yeah. So this guy and the Mustang gonna pass us by, and it's sleeting and shit. So this motherfucker is spun out in front of her bus, and the bus almost hit the car. Jesus. So, anyway, she came on safe and things of that sort, and it took us a while to get back.
People were flying.
Yeah, they was flying like
that
a
was
mug.
the problem. Like, you can't fly in snow and ice. I mean, ice. You really can't in snow. At least snow you can get a little grip, but ice you really can't fly in.
So, the next day was the marathon. I had this plan that we was going to drive out to Boston. We was going to get the commuter rail and see our homegirl MV. And we did it. But the thing was, it was raining. It was cats and dogs. The sky opened up. The sky opened up again. And this is by far like the worst Boston Marathon in history. So much so that like 2,500 people dropped out in the race. It's crazy. Even like elite runners, like the Kenyans. It's like, oh, we don't run in this weather.
Not in that. It's cold and raining.
Yeah. Like, it was like a wind chill of like negative 18 degrees.
It was freezing.
It was cold as hell. But we was out there, and I felt like I should have got a medal for a spectator.
I know I couldn't do it. I could barely bring in a cart.
But that was fun. It was fun as hell. I'm glad that we did it. I'm glad that we celebrated and spectated for the Boston Marathon.
Was there any black people out there?
Yes, MV was black.
Who?
MV.
Oh yeah, of course she was.
No, actually, Black Girls Run was out there. Black Men Run was out there,
Nice.
and Facebook group I'm part of it. I think it's called the National Black Marathoners Association. I think it's called NBMA.
National Black Marathoners Association.
Yep.
That's what it's probably called.
Yeah, National
Like I
Black.
said, the National Association of the Black people.
Yeah, National Black Marathoners.
You know, I like to make up those organizations. National Association of the niggas of Wakanda who don't give a fuck about.
Oh,
We always got an organization. You like, what is it called? You never been invited to the Brown ones. You be like, I'm sorry, what do we stand for? Did y'all slip a cuss word in there?
we don't give a fuck about. Get money, fuck
Get
bitches.
money, fuck bitches. You
Yeah.
don't notice that's how they be sometimes. I'm like, why could we just say we was the black runners?
Yeah, that's what they call it, National Black Marathon
Runners who don't
Association.
give a fuck about.
Wakanda. What you say?
Who run for Wakanda?
Who won for Wakanda? So yeah, Black Girls Run was out there, Black Men Run was out there, National Black Marathoners Association. They had like this whole big meet and greet, which was pretty damn cool because I met a bunch of other black people, and I'm
Were
like,
they cool? Are they civil rights black? Are they Wakanda black? Or are they Bad Girl Riri black?
it was a mixture of all of them.
Oh, how
Yes.
beautiful. How was the civil rights blacks?
So much so during the meet and greet, I wore my Reed hat, and then people came up to me like, "Oh, you watched the
I was
Reed?
going to say, it's you Kid Fury.
No,
That's how you know they ain't civil rights black.
you listen to the Reed." Or like people would be like,
Nigga, ain't I black? Yes.
or they
I
come
Kid
to me like, "I like your hat." I was at the live show in Boston.
Oh,
I said,
God.
"Oh, me too."
But we so shady we don't speak. We should have had ours on. What's that?
And then she's like, "Oh," and then you know me, I'm
Where
near.
my stuff at?
Huh?
Where my Reed stuff go?
I don't know where your Reed stuff goes.
I didn't leave it. No, there was. Did I leave it?
No,
Oh.
we brought it in the house because my hat was in the same bag.
Oh, okay, Jesus.
No, it wasn't. You left. I had my own bag.
Oh my God. I hope I ain't leave that.
No, I think you took it upstairs.
Okay.
I think you hid it for the showing.
Oh yeah.
I don't know where the hell you hid
I
it
don't need
at.
them to know.
He's like, "Yeah, be good for hiding."
Oh,
shit."
I'm good. I prefer the seller don't even know my identity until the closing date. Preferably not even that. I'm being a different state.
So did the meet and greet. It took mine about 6 hours and 47 minutes.
It
to
don't
complete
matter.
But she a
26
beast.
miles in one day. Child, bless
Beast
it.
mode.
As long as you do it in under 24, you good.
But it was so bad. Like the rain was so crazy out there.
Mm-hmm.
So crazy. And
Yeah.
I just want to say shout out to all the runners, man. You know, because sometimes that's all you need. Like I was out there cheering the motherfuckers
Can I
on.
say one thing?
I was giving high fives and all that stuff. Don't you piss on my parade now.
Can I say
Is it pissing on my parade? My running parade. You know how all right.
wow.
If you ain't got nothing else to
New
say,
England.
don't say nothing at all.
Okay, I'll save it for Friday.
Oh.
Because it's just
No.
white people are just so fascinated by this. So something happened out here, y'all. A police officer on Cape Cod and his dog got shot and killed. And the thing is, I feel for the police officer and their family, right? Absolutely, right? That's devastating, of course.
Yeah.
And it was on some bullshit. Like he got shot because some motherfucker was running from a warrant. Like, really, my nigga? Like, it's ridiculous. But he also had this German Shepherd dog. And I feel like they're doing more showing on the German Shepherd than the police officer.
Because you know colonizers care more
The
about
police
pets.
officer died. The German Shepherd had to have surgery. Why do I even know this? Between that German Shepherd had to have surgery in the Boston Marathon, white people in the news have been laying it on thick. Jesus. They were like, it is just such an emotional weekend with the Boston Marathon. They're out here running, not dancing, honey, shout. I don't know what y'all doing. Out there in here. And then we think about Rex, the police dog who's going through surgery. We're emotionally drained. What the fuck? We got niggas dying daily. And last time I checked, I'm sorry, Niram, cover your ears. The marathon is a fucking option. If it's too cold, go home. So angry. It's the devil.
You hate.
I'm not hating, but I just look at the news and be like, wow, white people, for this to be, for your biggest worries this weekend to be is the Boston Marathon and the sleet and Rex, the dog, having surgery. And I mean, they'd have it as breaking news. I'm thinking Rex is the police officer. I said, wait a damn minute. The police officer died? And we're still getting play-by-play on Rex? No offense, Rex, but I'm more concerned about the police officer and their family. No offense, Rex. We know you served your country. Right?
Right.
But Rex is not breaking news. The police officer is. Jesus. And then they flash forward to the marathon. Somebody who too old to be running it then got hypothermia. Well, yeah, you got shorts on and it's -10. I'm sorry, Niram. Did I shit on the parade?
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Thank
Finish.
you very
No,
much.
it was good though. It's inspiring to run a marathon.
Oh, now you're trying to clean it up.
It is. It just was on the news, and every time I walked in the break room, I had to think that dog or some white people dying of hypothermia. Or did anyone die at this
Nobody
race?
died, baby.
Oh.
A lot of people quit though, but no deaths.
Oh my goodness, no people was hurt.
Yeah, they was hurt. I have a friend right
This
now.
is me. Well, if your lips are turning purple, you have to stop.
I have a friend right now that I've sent messages at least.
But your lips
once
are
an hour.
turning purple.
I know.
Like
I know.
that
Nyambi.
trumps it. Your life trumps it.
Nyambi.
It's other races. But your life, it wasn't like she was like, or he was like, I got tired. My lips are, your lips, blood is not going to your face.
Nyambis.
You die.
Nyambis.
You have to stop.
No.
Try again next year.
This is a big race. First of
I
all,
understand, but
it's the oldest marathon in the United States.
like
Secondly-
everything else in New England.
Secondly,
Yeah.
there's only 3 ways you
Didn't
can
they
participate.
just let women start 2 years ago?
No.
Oh.
Secondly, you can only participate during 3 ways. So you can't, like, for example, for NYC Marathon, you can get a lottery and pay for it.
I shouldn't even started this. I said I should have waited till Friday.
You should have.
I should have waited till Friday. Let it be my
You know I'm serious. This is my shit. I'm in my bag. So for NYC, you can get a lottery and apply to the lottery. And if you don't do it that way, if you stay close to New York City, you can do the 9+1, where you run 9 races in New York City and volunteer for 1. So there's multiple ways you can get in there. But for Boston, my nigga, you gotta either be a Kenyan and run fucking fast.
Or didn't the Asian win? An Asian and a white woman won.
A white woman won.
Was she from Michigan?
Yeah.
Desiree, because I thought it was a black girl. Mm-hmm. Yeah, shout out to her.
Her name was Desi.
Yeah. Oh, Des. Don't do that. Shout out to her. Mm-hmm. And him. The Asian guy, right? Mm-hmm. Shout out to him.
So
You don't really hear about Asians running.
So there's only multiple ways there's only 3 ways you can get into Boston. So you can only get in by raising $5,000 or more.
That sounds like just how it is to get into Boston, period. Making.
You gotta be a Kenyan or you gotta be invited. So for a lot
That
of
sounds
people,
like the real rules to get invited to Boston. You're not welcome in Boston property unless your rent is $5,000.
you Kenyan
Or
you get
Nigerian.
invited,
Yeah.
or you
Or
get
you get
invited.
invited. Ain't even Harvard no more. You see how they whipped on that boy ass?
Yeah,
I don't know what happened. I ain't read the search story y'all yet. Did the boy do something?
I don't know.
I don't know if I don't know if a Harvard student do anything to deserve to get their ass whipped like that.
So yes, it is a big deal, and people are going to be hurt.
I'm not saying it's not, but it did not need to be breaking news on every channel.
Blame the media. It's a slow news week.
Them and that damn dog.
Blame the media. It's a
I
slow
said
news
I would rather them put the funeral of the police officer on there.
instead of the surgery of the dog.
Talking about he out of surgery now. Good.
But you know the colonizers are
Hear
putting
more
more
about the dogs than us.
on these pets' lives than they do on human lives. So
I don't say pet life.
I'm pretty sure that's a shirt out there.
If we had Desi, he'd be looking cock eyes at us.
Pet lives matter.
He'd be looking at us like, you don't care about my people? You don't care if my people live or die?
Black dogs matter.
And I get the dog work, right? You know, he got the drugs, but shit. You know, give him some kibble business, sit his ass down. It'd be all right.
So it is a big deal. Well, you just munching all that.
I'm sorry.
Jesus, is it good to you?
Yeah, I got a little mango. Let me pull
Oh.
it back.
It's all up in my ears.
Sorry. Little mango with
I
a little
see.
rum in it.
Okay.
That's why I'm fucking loose at the mouth. Go ahead, Niram, do your check. Why are we still on check-in?
Because every time I get in the groove, you cut me off. Just like your daddy said.
Come on.
All right. Next thing, shout out to Kendrick Lamar. He got a Pulitzer Prize for Damn.
Fuck up.
Yeah. First, he's the first to win this.
Nigga, can I nominate people for this? Is this a self-nominated thing?
First to win this award in a non-classical
Normie.
setting music.
Shout out to him. Damn was a good CD.
It was a good CD.
Maybe he want to go back to it.
Right. He killing it. Did he get something for Black Panther soundtrack too?
No.
I
don't know. That was all right. It wasn't that good. It was like the Black Panther soundtrack wasn't waiting as hell.
I don't think nothing to be
for soulful. Like, it wasn't one of them soundtracks. It was all right.
And then the last thing, what the fuck is up with Taylor Swift and doing September?
Y'all blacks leave her alone.
Was that a banjo I heard?
Y'all blacks leave Taylor Swift alone. If she would have put respect on who's the Earth, Wind, and Fire, y'all leave her alone.
Do you remember?
Y'all blacks leave her alone. What do you think Earth, Wind, and Fire thinking?
I don't know. I know they pissed. Can they do a cease and desist?
No. I mean, it was bad.
It was horrible.
But people can. If y'all niggas are still retweeting that yodeling motherfucker at Walmart, you can listen to this.
Shout out to Red Baron, because Red Baron said something that's like, we need to collectively protect our black intellectual property.
Why y'all do that to her? Because the thing is, she put respect on their name. Like, I'm sure she paid for the, like, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. She put respect on their name, not by the performance, but by bringing the millennials, the youth, aware to it, right? So by her doing it.
It was so whack, though.
Now the youth are going to go listen to the original. And hopefully they get some downloads on iTunes. Can I tell y'all a secret?
What?
That's not my favorite Earth, Wind, and Fire song.
What's your favorite Earth, Wind, and Fire?
Not that one.
What you talking about? That is like a good cookout, drunk uncle.
I don't even, like, when it comes on my Pandora, I pass for it.
And you can do a nice little hustle to it. And black folks love a good line dance.
It's not my favorite.
Take it back now, y'all.
Yeah.
Pick up the money.
My favorite one is probably Shining Stars or The Reasons.
The reasons that we here.
Come on.
The reasons.
Yeah, but y'all really can have September. So
No.
I feel like September is a little whitewashed to begin with.
It's a line dance song.
First of all, it's not called a line dance. It's called a hustle. Okay. But, you've been in New England too long.
Well.
Line dance is like what the boy at Walmart does.
No.
The yodeling.
Well, the hustle is black line dance.
We call it hustling.
I know you call it
line dancing is, like I said, what young, what's his name? Timmy Hanks.
I don't know what the fuck his name is.
He better continue to sing. He had good pitch.
And so he get that yodel going.
I can't even do it. Stop, don't do it. We hurt their ears.
Shit.
But so blacks, be a little easier on Taylor for that one. Because I think it's bringing us, I think it's bringing exposure to our songs.
Don't like it.
It's not my faith. Y'all be for real. It's really September y'all favorite Earth, Wind, and Fire song?
It don't matter. It's ours.
Not. It's not.
It's only supposed to be for us and drunk uncles at karaoke.
It is very much a cookout song, but that ain't my favorite Earth, Wind, and Fire.
And cookouts playing
now,
spades.
if she got on there and showed out on Reasons or Shining Star, I'd be pissed.
Because
the Reasons, you can't listen to that without brown liquor. September, I hear that in the bot store. But Reasons, you don't just hear that everywhere, honey. When you hear the Reasons, you have to dim the lights and close the shades and pour a drink.
You don't do that for September?
No. I'll keep that one.
Because you're already drunk. What we got for pillow talk?
What do we got?
This will be a short episode.
The Black Love Matter. I'm sorry. Wait, am I saying it? No, the Black Love.
We didn't take it over.
I done got this
surprise.
This piece of drink in me. I wish. No, we're gonna claim that. We're gonna manifest something. We're gonna do live shows. We're gonna do some type of we're gonna do something. It will manifest. It will happen. I think like Black Love from a millennial perspective, right? Mm-hmm. So, I think the Black Love doc is coming back to own. Mm-hmm. I think they're setting the framework, right? It's enough. We all can eat some, right? It's enough perspectives for all of us. So I see them as like kind of our forefathers setting up the framework for us.
I'm still waiting on our phone call. I'm looking at my email right now.
Listen, Queen Oprah and what's the folks who do it? Find out their names. If y'all want some raw shit, call Nirma. We'll tell y'all our love story.
Right.
And we'll let you know. Maybe, I'm prophesizing it now. This is when we're going to tell our whole story when we both got laid off on the same day. When we got, ain't laid off, fired.
Correction.
With checks. Usually when you get a lot, they were like, we'll send you. They had
No.
checks in hand.
They already had the check. They didn't with
The payroll. I don't know where they went to the fifth, third, and checks and said thank you. And we just came home and cried. We'll tell y'all that story. We have y'all hollering. I think that's what we're gonna go on. And then after we do the interview on the Black Love Dot, they're gonna be like, Niram Nyambi takes on the millennials. Because I think that's what's missing. Like, I'm excited. Of course, we're going to support it. Of course, we're going to review every show. I think it comes on May 12th. I'm excited for the folks they got coming on. They got Randall on there.
All right.
So he going to be skinning and grinning. They got Taj and Eddie on there. They got some other folks. But I think, once they invite Niram and Nyambi on there, we want to give the millennium approach.
Right.
So for me, they ain't talking about enough sets. They ain't talking about enough arguments. They ain't talking about enough of that stuff. The millennial shit we going through, right?
Right.
And I think that's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to be like we're going to start off as the Unsister web series. Mm-hmm. Because I know with Queen Oprah, I know we're going to have to pull it back. Queen Oprah, I can pull it back. I know sometimes I act like I can't. Just take the juice away from me. And I'll be able to pull it back. But I'm excited to see it. And also what they had, I noticed, is they have a lesbian couple.
Okay.
They listening.
Yeah, I hope they listening.
Because that was my critique. Of course, I'm always going to support me and mine. But y'all had that real stereotypical Black Christian love, which is nothing wrong with that, right?
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
But it's a whole lot of other love out there, right? It's still a lot of civil rights love. What is it called? Civil rights Black love. I would like to see a little more continent love.
Right.
I would like to see a little more island loved.
Or
multiple, right? So civil rights Black with the continent.
Island, with the continent.
Island. I want to see some of that because that's a real thing, right? And it's cultural. We the same, right? I think if you come from the continent, you come from the island, South America, you all Black to me. You part of the family. But I do think if you come from those other cultures, on top of being Black in America, you bring that to it too. And that's something that can be amazing for your relationship or it can be a hard point. Right? So I think it's something that needs to be talked about too. So, maybe this their second go around. So maybe they're going to be raw. Who else do they got on there now?
I don't know.
Okay. I see Niram did his research.
I didn't.
I can tell you. Yet. Check our email one more time. Make sure we ain't on there.
Let's see.
It ain't us.
BlackLoveMatters.
Refresh it.
gmail.com.
No.
Nope. Oh.
And also, I would say an age. Oh, wait. Oh, no.
Nope.
I said, manifest it, Lord.
Just an email from Candace.
Okay. Not just Candace.
Well, not just Candace.
That's my girl. We like Candace and good email.
Shout out to you. Look.
That's for Friday.
Yeah, we got.
Look, I'm reading it now.
Hold on, wait. What to say?
What is that? Us?
No.
Nope. So I'm excited to see what they're doing for it. I think it's something that I think this is the type of show that can go on forever.
Yeah.
Right. It doesn't have to stop. Right. Because love isn't stagnant. It isn't.
Right.
It's dynamic. Right.
Love is ever evolving.
It's ever evolving. So this is something that can continuously go on, and I'm excited to see what they're going to do with it. Right.
Right.
I want to see some younger couples on there.
I would love for them to bring a couple who met on blackpeoplemeet.com or something.
But I think with the Black Love doc, it's always going to be a slant. There's a couple of non-famous people. I think they stay friends. But, I know it's the slant on the famous couples, but I think eventually they're going to have to get to like the people who aren't famous, right? I would love for them to open it up and have people submit to be on the documentary, right?
Right.
I would love to see.
Because I would love for y'all to go ahead and vote us on.
It ain't even vote.
What?
What would they do if they got to us? They won't want this. Breakout star or something like that.
Right.
With the coaching of Mona Scott.
Right. Next thing you know, we on Vine's. We're just making the whole tour.
Yeah.
Look, Vine's not fix our life. We lost our jobs on the same day.
Beloved. You over it.
Come here. Put your head in my bosom.
Meanwhile, on the ranch, my mama looking at me, shaking my head, shaking her head. My mama, the one who gonna be on the show and just walk off.
Right.
I'm not doing this.
And look, and then we make a
but
cameo.
Your sister, the supportive one.
That's
okay.
amazing.
That's
you guys are amazing.
My mom flipping the table. This
great.
Bullshit.
And then we're going to have nots.
What?
Just, I don't know what the hell we're going to do on there.
Just walk on characters. But y'all can check it out. It's coming back. And I think it should be good. Like, y'all know, we're all. So we're going to tell you the good, bad, and ugly. But of course, we Issa Rae. So it's Bob Black. So what y'all need to do?
Yeah,
support it.
Support it.
It only can be so bad. The worst thing that happen is it's boring.
Right.
So.
And,
but it's people telling their truth, right? So it got to be some type of, unless they ain't telling their truth. It's going to be some type of entertainment or some type of connection to it. But I am interested to see what Randall and his wife got to say. Actually, not Randall. I'm fascinated by his wife. I think she's gorgeous. And I really want to hear her story.
Okay.
You excited about anybody else?
I am. Sterling K.
Yeah, that's who you and Randall.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of like old school couples. I want that. I either want like really young couple or like old.
You know who
schools.
they need to bring? They need to bring on E40 and his wife.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Please show Ice Cube and his wife.
Well, she ain't black.
Ice Cube wife is not.
Oh, I'm thinking Ice-T. My bad. Wrong Ice.
But they brought on that Asian man last season.
Yeah, I got you. Well, I thought Ice-T and Coco broke up because he wanted them implants back.
Shut up. Don't do that. Ice-T and Coco love each other. And they love, and I'm vouching for they love because I used to watch their reality show.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to be there for them and that dog. Next, Dear White People is coming back.
Yes, May 4th, I think.
May 4th. It's one of those. It's Black Love Doc and Dear White People. One is like May 4th and one is May 12th.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm here for both of them. Shout out to, did y'all see Kid Fury on there?
You on Dear White People?
Yeah.
Man, I didn't see the trailer. Shit.
Yeah, that's the trailer. He in the trailer. He talking about the black gays or something.
Oh.
Hilarious. I'm here for Dear White People. I know y'all niggas really wasn't here for them last season, but I am. For the first, was it the first season or the second? Is this
First
the third?
season. This is so it's the movie.
Oh, okay. That's what I'm throwing off.
First season. This is the second season.
So I'm here for it. I don't know where they're going to go with it. But the thing is, the press has gave y'all plenty of stuff to go with.
Mm-hmm.
Just do what the schools are doing now.
Right.
So sexual assault, presidents getting fired. Like, just follow the, just follow the, oh, you know what this going to be about?
What?
Donald Trump being elected as president.
Yeah.
I already called the season. Just look in the news and do top highlights from 2017. There's your storyline.
Right.
And then also Scandal's done. You remember they used to have Scandal watch parties?
Mm-hmm.
So what they gonna do now that it's over?
I don't know. Y'all can have a Black Love Matters listening party.
For what? Oh my God. Niram tries it.
What? I'm trying to get us on.
We will in divine order.
Ain't nobody over here hustling as much as Niram to get this on. Because
I
Naomi
believe it's gonna be in divine order.
Naomi it's just merch. No.
In divine order.
Okay.
And the thing is, we got to find our fit too, right? Because like I said, you're not, but I'm problematic.
Mm-hmm.
So it takes a very special community to embrace me.
Mm-hmm.
Niram, you're easier to embrace than I am.
Yeah.
So, and I'm willing to give maybe about 20%. Nah. I'm willing maybe to change maybe about 5 to 8%. What? And where I think Niram is a lot more flexible than I am. So, we got to wait for our space. Maybe Viceland.
Right. Hey, Vice is cool. I can verse.
Because, I can say, swear words.
Yeah.
At least a handful of them.
Yeah, you can say 5.
I don't think I've ever heard a swear word
on Viceland. You got 5 fucks. You can say fuck 5 times.
But all I hear is hell. And I don't know how to use hell in a good way.
Oh.
Hell, we just say that in church. Oh, look, hell, I done said hell in the same, look, hell, comma, words mean thing. We say hell in church. The pastor slipped up this Sunday. It was like, when you go to act like you going to hell, you know what I mean.
You know what I mean. Not a pastor.
I said it's in the Bible. Next, Von Zant. Did you see this Von Zant?
Did they have a 2-part? Or
no, this was one. You the one who kept saying they needed 2 parts.
Yeah, so they only did 1 part?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
Because the next one is on Hazel E. So this one is about you want to say what it's about, Niram, or you remember?
It's about the mama who was a hoe.
Yes.
Prostitute.
And Von Zant said, one thing your child don't need to know is if you was a hoe. Create boundaries. God, Jesus. When she said that, I just covered up my face with the blanket. She right, though. So the overall gist of the episode was boundaries with your kids and what they need to know and what they don't need to know. And also relationships with your family members. Meaning sometimes shit can't be healed. And to truly heal it, y'all have to go your separate ways.
Yeah.
Because the relationship's poison. And it's toxic, right? So at this moment, you can't heal it because you have to heal yourself and then come back to it.
And like she was having like a toxic relationship with her sister, and Von Zant told her sister to leave.
Yeah.
Von Zant was like, you gotta go. Do me one favor. Never talk to your sister ever again.
Yeah.
Said,
no
damn, Von Zant.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I mean, but that takes guts to be able to say that to somebody. To be like, this is toxic. This is poison right now. And before we get through this poison, you have to take the poison that's already in you and purge it, heal it. And then maybe we can think about coming to this. But right now, with the space that you're in mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, and the space that she's in mentally, spiritually, and social, it ain't gone.
Right. It ain't messing with her.
Ain't nobody gonna heal nobody. It's just gonna make you're feeding off each other. Right?
Yeah.
So you're physically abusive to yourself, right? On how you treat your body, but she's verbally abusive to you.
Yeah, there was a lot going on with that lady because she was talking about how her sister got raped and there was some sexual assault going on.
And then how the sister molested her,
Yeah.
but did that because that's only, you know what I'm saying? And that's in the literature, it said that happens a lot. So, if you're sexually assaulted or molested as a child, young child though, we're talking about really young, so under 10, is it the stat?
I think one of the things they don't bring up a lot is like, I know they talk about like uncles, brother, things like that, but they don't talk about like same age molestation.
Yeah,
like,
child on child.
Yeah, child on child molestation. I
Yeah,
don't even know
and
what
that-
that
and
even
that
is called. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what the formal term is, but yeah, and like I think the stat says like 90% of the time it happens because that child was molested by somebody else,
Yeah.
right? And they kind of not connecting all the dots,
Right.
You
And
know
they
what I'm
think it's
saying?
normalized, so
And-
they
and
do it
it's-
to their cousin or something.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I think the way that you handle it and help people heal through that is completely different than someone who is sexually assaulted or molested by an adult, right? Because a lot of times it's not forced. It's not a forced thing, right? It's more of like, let's try this, let's do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was something interesting that Von Zott brought to the forefront. And say it's happened even to this day as a grown woman. We don't know what happened. But she was like, that ain't happened. And the one lady was like, it did happen. I was like, well,
Right.
what them would like
What's the truth?
somebody lying. And who is it? And Von Zott came about a very way, like it wasn't a judgy, like you molested your sister, you nasty wench. Like
Right.
it wasn't that at all. It was like
Right.
you were a child. And you're only doing what you know,
Right.
Out of either fear, curiosity, whatever emotion it was, right? You weren't to blame. Neither one of you.
Right.
The one that was to blame was that adult, right?
Right.
So it was very interesting to see kind of that whole process. But what I got away from it was having clear boundaries as a parent and with your child. What you thought about that? Did your parents have clear boundaries with you now?
Yes, I have very good boundaries with my parents. Except that one time.
What's the one time?
Well, my mom came over that woman's house.
Oh, damn, we keep bringing it. One day your mama gonna listen to this podcast
I know, right?
and be like, listen,
And look,
I am saved and favored by the Lord.
and once that day happened, I'm gonna go ahead and get her on the microphone and say, what was you going through your mind, Mama,
Red.
when you had to go knock on that other
Kill 'em.
woman's door?
Kill him. Risk it all. That's what was going on. She was playing the Angela Bassett song in the background.
Yeah,
She was
had to be.
Waiting at Hell soundtrack. But yeah, I think my parents are doing pretty good with boundaries. I think, as I'm getting older, those boundaries are getting looser and looser.
Yeah,
But as a child, I can vaguely remember, if they're arguing or something went down. Like, now that I'm older, I knew some of the stuff, but as a child, I never knew explicitly. Of course, kids ain't stupid either. Excuse me. So they put 2 and 2 together. But it ain't like my parents ain't sit me at the kitchen table and be like, hey, guess what?
what?
I'm a hoe. Like,
Oh,
no.
Guess what? Your mama hoe.
And then also, like how Von Zott went on to then say how the only person who has a right to tell your mother's story is
Is
you.
your mama? Yeah.
Because now this is something I do see in the brown community. Say if mama or daddy not around as much, sometimes auntie, mama, grandma get to run their mouth too damn much.
Yeah, your mama ain't shit. She be on that shit.
And instead of them
She
saying,
ain't care about you.
instead of them saying, I'm sure at the core your mother or father loves you, and they have a reason for what they're doing. But for you to know that reason, you have to ask them, and that should be the answer.
Right.
I'm sure they love you at the core because that's what you're assuming, right? But whatever decisions they make, that's something that you have to talk to them. I can't speak for them, and I think that would alleviate a lot of harm, right?
Yeah.
Because if you're telling these kids over and over from young that they parents or whoever it is ain't shit, by the time they 30, well, what the hell they supposed to? They've been
Right.
ingrained. Even if the parent trying to come and apologize, they're not in a place to receive it. Yeah. But I guess that takes a lot too.
Yeah.
It takes a lot to be like, yeah, they trying their best. That's why I always, tip my hat to the mothers, single mothers and single fathers who really don't talk shit about their partner.
Right.
Because now that I'm thinking about it, it would be hard.
Yeah, it is hard.
To be like, he said he don't take you to the zoo. Go ahead and wait on that porch.
No, I think I'm getting hives like you.
Neil, you don't broke out hives.
Nah, I don't know what that is. Maybe it's an allergic reaction.
Okay. Neil done got on focus, y'all. We got to wrap it up. Neil only can go for so long. I guess you're done with Von Zott.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Cardi B and Nicki, that's more your round.
What's going on with them?
Wasn't this like a beef or Nicki said she was sad?
Pass. Next story.
Do you have enough bandwidth to talk about fractured friendships?
Yeah, let's talk about friendship, because I can't deal with Nicki and Cardi
Overall,
B.
I would say Nicki and Cardi B, I hope y'all are just playing and you're preparing to do some type of joint collaboration. Because I don't feel sorry for neither one of you.
No. Pass.
This last one was an article in Psychology Today talking about fractured friendship. And it's this idea of how friendship and mental health play together. So it says a friendship doesn't begin with the hope that it will end. We invest time, energy, compassion without the suspicion that our efforts could ultimately be futile. Instead, as our bonds develop, we develop in boost in confidence, happiness, and coping. We may be lucky enough to receive compassion, improve our self-worth, and experience a sense of belonging. Further, as we age, quality of friendships may account for more of our happiness than familial ties. Nevertheless, now that's an episode itself. When your friends, when you're closer with your friends than your family.
Right.
Nevertheless, friendships are not always forever. Friendships may falter for a variety of reasons. When they take their turn for the worse, is it possible to heal? If you recognize that your bond isn't just the same and perhaps it's even unhealthy, are you helpless to stop the demise of a relationship, or can you help rekindle the connection? So that's what I kind of come from there. You know, the article provides ways of working through that. But so when you fall out with a friend, can you bounce back from it? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it really depends on who the person is, what's the situation, and how you really feeling at that point. Because sometimes at different points, sometimes A, that person ain't ready to receive it, or B, you ain't ready to give it.
Yeah.
And or receive it. So sometimes you be like, nah, son.
Your answer is no.
No, I feel like sometimes it's really
when is it
situational.
not? So, okay, so when is it you're able to recover it and when are you not?
I think if
Miriam done got upset.
no, I think one time to recover, or it's like when you guys kind of fall out of like connection.
What is Miriam talking about?
I'm talking about friendships.
Okay, come on.
So when you fall out of like connection, like when y'all don't talk for a while, and it's not because of like somebody did whoever wrong. It was just life happened and you moved on. Niggas had babies and shit like that. Yeah. You can bounce back from that, but if motherfuckers steal money from you, do you wrong?
Mm-hmm. So you're talking about like tangible, physical thing. What about more emotional support?
I think it's hard. I think it's hard because I've cut off a lot of people who haven't provided like emotional support, because I'm a type of person like this. Like, I'm gonna give you what I'm expecting in return as well, but B, I'm not just gonna let you run over me and utilize all my resources and nothing come back.
Yeah.
So, when it comes to that, like when it's something that's emotionally draining, I'm quick to be like, we ain't friends no more. And I think that's what Nyambi what drives Nyambi crazy, is that I'm like, oh, we ain't friends.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what happened? It's like, I'm done. Yeah. We ain't friends. Yeah. Versus Nyambi, it's a little hard for Nyambi to break up a friendship.
Yeah. I always try and go to the very end, because I believe people be in different spaces in time, and it's okay to go with people as they're going on their journey, and knowing that they can't give you everything that you need at once, right? Mm-hmm. But the expectation is that eventually it flips and turns around.
Yeah.
So in the article, they said some things you should do before you kind of end the friendship is take a step back. Mm-hmm. So recognizing that you are in conflict and it can trigger intense emotions and compulsions of communication that are not typically helpful. Instead, take a moment to reflect on your friendship. Some questions they ask is, what's the purpose of our friendship? That's a good question. Like, I don't think I've ever asked it. Like, what do you think a purpose of like?
What's the purpose of being friends?
For it to be mutually beneficial, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know. How do I define a good friend? Mm-hmm. I think that's something that needs to be going back to. So how do you define a good friend now?
Somebody that's A, supportive, B, we can laugh together, C,
you don't got all the answers, honey.
You ain't got none?
Yeah, I mean, I do, but you's quick.
What? That's what I think it's somebody who's supportive. I want somebody I can laugh with, joke around with. I need somebody who can.
You can be yourself with.
I can be myself with. I need somebody that if I'm about to cry, they'll be they'll have their shoulder and some Kleenex there for me.
Yeah.
I need somebody who, when I'm working on some dreams, they help and support. I need somebody when just all types of support. So emotionally, financially.
You said all.
Yes, all of it. What's
that
the other?
Cancer energy.
Yes,
honey.
I need all the supports.
The Cancer energy.
Absolutely.
And
what about you?
Ditto. You know, I like to get in the friend conversation. I just had a Lord, and He is my friend and the only friend.
Well, you don't have no fractured relationship with the Lord.
I know. That's why I'm curious to see what y'all got to say.
Oh.
And the next question is, am I a good friend? Or how am I a good friend? Damn. Come on, Niram. Do you do the same? How are you a good friend?
Oh, I
think you were a good friend this weekend.
I provide all types of support and shit.
Oh, okay.
Hell, I helped my friend out with her book signing, even though she had somebody there that was useless.
Oh,
I was up.
Did you say useless?
Useless.
Okay.
I'm up there helping pandering those books to get those books sold because I know my sis need those coins.
Yeah.
Secondly, I cheered her ass on during the marathon. Yeah. No, that's not even second. That's third. Secondly, she got sick, and I went to go get her ass some NyQuil and all types of other meds so she can be right.
Thermoflu.
I did.
That Thermoflu. Did she say that word?
Yeah. Put her ass to sleep.
Thermoflu ain't no hoe. I don't know what they put in there.
Thirdly, spent my time, money, and resources to cheer her ass along the Boston Marathon. Yep. And not only seen her once, but seen her 3 times. During pouring rain and an 80%, 18% wind chill.
Was she surprised she seen y'all 3 times?
Because the first time she's like, "Oh my God, like thank you. I can't hug you because I got to keep running." Yeah. The second time I was like, "What y'all doing here?"
She thinks somebody done died. Who done passed?
Right. And the third time she's like just irritated. Yeah. It wasn't for us. It was just the race. Like, I'm done. I'm wet. Yeah. I don't want to be here no more.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Also, some of these are really good questions. Other question they say is, what fostered your bond? What does friendship mean to you? How have I contributed to the change? What has happened before? How can I do and grow from this friendship? How do I feel? And do I have hope for us? Ooh, what about that hope for us, Aaron?
Oh, you know me. If I ain't got no hope for us, it's over.
Do I want to mend this friendship?
Depends.
Yeah. The next thing they have you doing is seeking the source. So it's helpful to dive deeper in considering what may have caused the fracture. Is it a mismatch between caring, sharing, time, energy, interest, or even how you view friendship? That's true. I learned a lot of people don't have the same view of friendship. And, that's not a first, interaction conversation. But once you consider yourself friends with someone or getting closer, it's beneficial to ask them that. Right, in a low pressure situation, right? When y'all on a better term, to be like, what does friendship look like to you? Like, because I didn't realize how different people are, and by understanding the root of the concern is key to being able to fix your friendship if you want to do that. Next is make time to talk, Niram. You have to talk it out. Niram don't have much to say. His conversations be 30 seconds. He'd be like, all set. He's Desi, all set. So after reflecting on the overall friendship and what may have prompted the problem, it's time to have an actual conversation to share your concerns and allow you to collaborate on mending the wound. You might be hesitant about discussing this with your friend, and that's quite good. It's all right. But if the friendship is meaningful to you, it's understandable that you will not want to risk exacerbating any discomfort that already exists. Yeah, I think that's a good one. Then lastly, learn and grow. So if it works out, now you learn something, you do better next time. But if it doesn't, next time.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts on fracture friendships?
No, y'all got to do what y'all got to do. But in the words of Niram, it ain't nothing to cut that bitch off.
That's not how it is.
Well, I was looking at Twitter and Barbara Bush just died.
Oh, Niram.
What?
I don't know if we want that. R.I.P.
R.I.P.
She wasn't doing well.
R.I.P. to the GOAT.
That's gonna be bad for Papa Bush. That was his woman, honey. He loved that woman.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Well, R.I.P. to her. She was one not to take no bullshit either.
Right. That's what she was one of the GOATs when it came out.
I ain't agree with all her shit and what she said and how she said it, but one thing I will agree with is Barbara Bush was not for the bullshit. All around.
Right.
And I can't do nothing but put respect on her name. So, thoughts and prayers to the Bush family.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Well, as always, if you would like to submit a Black Love story, go to blacklovematters.com. To submit a question to Kitchen Table Talk, shoot us an email at blacklovematters@gmail.com. To leave a comment about anything we talked about on the show, go to that website, blacklovematters.com, or we got that voicemail, 508-784-1111, 508-784-1111. Talk to y'all later, and always
remember, and remember,
okay.
Love is ever evolving. Peace. That brown juice.
It is. Bye-bye.